What's up, boo-boo? My name is Jeannette, also known as Ms.FitVegan. Today, I'm cutting up some stuff, so we're getting ready for the weekend. I'm cutting up watermelon, honeydew, I got cantaloupe, which I'm snacking on. I ate all my grapes just now. And we are going to be cutting up a jackfruit. So let me move this over to the side. I just rinsed it, but let me dry it. And we are going to cut up the jackfruit. Now, this jackfruit is definitely ripe. It might even be overripe because the truth is that I've been busy the last few days. So when I'm busy, I put my fruit in the fridge and then I get to it when I get to it. But this guy, it's definitely ripe. It smells ripe. It's definitely ripe. So hopefully it's good inside because if it's too ripe, I don't like it. So let me see. Where is my knife? Sometimes I like to use this knife, the cleaver, because it's just so sharp. So I think that's what we're going to do today. Yeah. So we're going to open it up with the cleaver, and then we're going to use a smaller serrated knife to take care of the rest. And I wanted to put you on to a little life hack when it comes to being raw. Okay, so I'll talk about that in a minute. Ooh, this looks pretty good. I don't like it squishy. I don't like it gooey. So let me try it. Hold on. Oh yeah, that's good. Okay, so we're putting one to the side. What we're gonna do now is cut it into fourths. Okay, so cut the half in half. And this was $10 at my local ethnic market. Okay, I don't really shop at the Whole Foods anymore, rarely, because they don't have anything good. They got all that fucking Bill Gates shit. And then what I do is, I've never done this with a cleaver, but I like to take the white part out immediately. Probably the cleaver's not the best knife to use, but I like to take the white part out immediately so that I can get to all the yellow stuff. Okay, those are the seeds coming out. I know this is not like the not the most ideal way, but this is my way. This is my way. Because if I can get the white part out, then I can see all the yellow part. Okay, so hold on. All right. What we're trying to do is separate the white from the yellow, because the white goes in the garbage. And of course, the yellow is the yummy stuff. All right, let's move all this aside. We still have some white here. So we're just gonna cut down here. It's not the best knife either, but here we go. Okay, so once you get the white out, then it's gonna be so much easier to go like this and easily separate, okay, all the yellow parts. You see, it's just coming out on its own. All right. So at this point, making a mess as usual. You still need a knife, but it's going to make it easier, okay? If you can, some are easier than others, but you see what my point, right? Still have some of that white part on top. Trying to get that white part out. You see, if we get it out, then all the pods are just easily accessible. Now, I should definitely get a smaller knife, serrated. If the jackfruit's sticky, it is not ripe yet. The jackfruit should not be sticky. If it is, well, you can still eat it, but it's not ripe yet. All right? So we're gonna get a smaller knife. I just, they're in the dishwasher. But yeah, there we go. There's our jackfruit pods. All right? And we are going to do this together now. I'm going to dissect the jackfruit while I talk to you. And let me just get some type of Tupperware. And what I wanted to talk about is the mindset of a raw vegan, because I know you know this, and I'm just here to remind you that whatever your mindset is what you're going to do. Your actions come from your mind. Damn it. I don't have any Tupperware. Okay, well, for now, we're going to just move the grapes and we're going to put it in the grape bowl. So if you want to be a raw vegan, you have to start thinking like a raw vegan, okay? What would a raw vegan eat? What would a raw vegan buy? How would a raw vegan prepare for the weekend? How would a raw vegan prepare for a road trip? I have so many clients that fall off when they go on a trip because they don't think like a raw vegan. You have to say to yourself, okay, well, what would a raw vegan do? And how do you think like a raw vegan? Well, watching this video is a great way because you're becoming like me the more of my content you consume. Whatever you fill your mind with is what your life will become. So if you watch my videos or you watch any raw vegans YouTube channel, that influences you and that inspires you and that determines what your actions are going to be. Okay, be careful. I hope you could see this. We're getting all the white off, okay? Sometimes there's very thin pieces of white. So you are inspired by the content you consume, and that includes music. Okay, if you are listening to violent music, you are more likely to be violent. We know that, right? Because the same people that run the record companies actually own the prison system. We know that, right? So if you consume raw vegan content, you are much more likely to be raw. What I don't recommend you do is watch the Food Channel all day, okay? Or the news. It's going to affect you. If you watch the news all day, you're going to be scared. You're going to be way more scared than the person who doesn't watch the news. If you watch a raw vegan's YouTube channel, your mind is going to start to get influenced by the raw vegan's YouTube channel. And so I want you to consider how important your mind is when it comes to being raw, because I personally believe that being raw is 90% mental. 90% mental. Okay? It's not about the food. Yes, you need the food, but it's about your mental state and it's about that conversation you're having in your head all day long. You know that the most important conversation you ever have is going to be the one with yourself, right? So if you're having a conversation in your head all day long and it goes like this, I wish it was easy. I wish I could go raw. I wish that I craved fruit. Oh, Jeannette talks about you'll crave fruit one day. Well, I don't. I crave soda and I crave chocolate and I crave this. Oh, it's so hard for me. I can't do this. Okay, does that sound familiar? Because if that's you, or maybe you say to yourself, oh, it takes forever for me to lose weight. Oh, I'm over 50, so my metabolism is slower. I can't do this. It's easy for Jeannette to say. She's only 39. Okay? Or if you're younger, you say, oh, it's easy for Jeannette. She lives in Miami. Oh, it's easy for Jeannette. She has an abundance of fruit around her. She can afford to eat whatever she wants. Oh, it's easy for Jeannette. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is a terrible conversation you're having with yourself. And you can always tell the kind of conversation somebody is having with themselves all day long by the actions they take. Let me say that again. You can tell what kind of conversation someone is having with themselves all day long by the actions they take. So let me give you a real life example. I say to myself every day, Jeannette, you got to go to sleep early tonight. Jeannette, you got to do this. It's really bad for you if you stay up late. It's going to be really, really, really bad for you. You're going to be tired the next day. You're not going to feel good. You're not going to be your best. You're going to sleep late. If you go to bed late, you're going to sleep late. You're going to wake up late. You're not going to have a productive day. It's not going to be good. Okay, so what happens? I stay up late. A better conversation, and this is real life, I'm talking to myself. If you guys have any tips and tricks on how to go to sleep early, please let me know. But a real life conversation, a game changer for me would be to do the affirmations that I am currently working on, which is, I love to go to sleep early. I always easily fall asleep by 10 p.m. and I wake up effortlessly at 6 a.m. I always sleep straight through the night and I always wake up energized and refreshed. Okay, saying that over and over again, or just finding ways that I can go to bed early, that would be a better use of my time. Okay, and so for you, if your goal is to be healthy, I have a meditation. You just type in Ms.Fit Meditations, and I have one on eating healthy That would be a better use of your time than saying over and over and over again in your head, consciously or unconsciously, I can't do this. This is too hard. I live in a cold climate. I don't have the money. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have the time to dissect jackfruit like Jeannette. She's so lucky. I'm stuck at work for 8 hours. Okay? This and that and this. Listen, you don't need jackfruit. First of all, if you're working for 8 hours, then you can afford to buy the jackfruit already cut up. That's number one. Number two, you don't need jackfruit. Y'all heard me at the beginning of this video, right? I couldn't get to my jackfruit, so I put it in the fridge, and it's been there for like fucking 5 days or more, maybe. Can't remember when we picked this up, but I haven't had time. So you have to understand that you're making an excuse, and that is why I just finished writing my brand new book, Raw Vegan Excuses Part 2. It will be available on Amazon any second now. And I wrote this book because I'm tired of people selling themselves short, okay? There is no difference between me and you. If you have a food addiction, the only difference, this is totally the wrong knife. You want a serrated knife, but I refuse to take it out of the dishwasher because it's dirty and I don't want to wash it. I don't want to stop what I'm doing. But basically, the only reason that you think there's a difference between me and you is because I have changed the conversations that I'm having in my head with myself. You are always talking to yourself, always. You're narrating your whole life. And sometimes it's awesome and it's beautiful and you're your own best friend and it's a great relationship you have with yourself, right? Usually those times is when you're very disciplined, when you're doing hard things, when you're working hard towards a worthy goal. That's when you like yourself, and that's when you're doing things for yourself, okay, that you said you were going to do, and you're not giving excuses. You don't like yourself very much when you give excuses. You think you're letting yourself off the hook by scrolling, doom scrolling, instead of working out, right? Hold on. You think you're letting yourself off the hook by taking it easy, by not showing up for that workout, or not eating raw this weekend because it's a holiday or whatever you're doing. You think you're loving yourself by treating yourself to poison? No, you're actually hating yourself more and more and more because you know the truth. And the truth is that you said you were going to be healthy this year. You fucking said. You had a New Year's resolution, boo, and you fucking said that you were going to lose weight this year. What the fuck happened to that? And you know it. You can't lie to yourself. You can lie to me and you can lie to everyone else, but you cannot lie to yourself. Okay? So what I need you to do is I need you to stop making the excuses. And yeah, it's going to be hard. This morning, I did not want to work out. Oh my God. If you came to the workout, comment down below if you came. So that's Donna, Jeremy, Salima, Nicole, Janie. Was Janie there this morning? No, I don't think so. Okay? Like, if you've ever worked out with me, comment down below. Maybe you were at the watermelon workouts at Woodstock. And afterwards, were you proud of yourself? Yeah, you fucking probably were. Let me know down below if you were. Okay? I know you were. And I was really proud of myself today because I did not want to work out. It's been really bad flooding here in Miami. I've been dealing with that, the storm. And I was tired. I didn't get good sleep last night. I was cranky. I was tired. And I didn't want to do it. Did it anyway. Really, really, really proud of myself. And I did the best that I could. And it turns out the best that I could do was 100 push-ups. All right? But if you asked me if I wanted to do it, I would have said no. But I did it anyway. And that's what you're going to have to do sometimes on the raw food diet. You're going to have to choose something healthy anyway, even though you want those donuts. You think you're doing something good for yourself when you treat yourself to a donut? No, you're just digging yourself into an early fucking grave. And you're also ruining your self-esteem because you know you told yourself that you are not going to eat those donuts anymore. Okay, so everybody has to understand that the key concept to self-esteem and confidence is saying you're going to do something and then following through and doing it long after you are motivated to do it. You're not going to be motivated every day to eat raw. But if you do it anyway, then you will be successful. You have to do it anyway. You think I really want to do this? No. A bigger part of me really wants to doom scroll on TikTok. All right, I'm following this case. I'm following the Justice for Micah Miller case. All right. I don't know why I'm into true crime right now. This is wild. But I'm just following this one case because, I just really sympathize with her. And it's clearly obvious that her husband had her eliminated. Okay. And basically, it's unfolding in the public eye. So check out Micah Miller and see for yourself the situation there. But I'm following the case, and I'd like to see some updates, right? But no, instead, I am dissecting this jackfruit, which, yeah, I gotta say, it's not my favorite thing on earth to do, but I love to eat jackfruit, so I'm gonna do it anyway, even though I'm busy, even though I have so much work to do, okay? I have to get back to all these clients that are emailing me about the Raw Beauty Retreat. I have to get back to my course clients that are emailing me about the new course starting July 1st. I want to doom scroll. All these things. Got to do laundry. Yeah, I got a list of things I need to do. But this is important because if I don't have the proper food, what's going to happen? It doesn't matter if I want to be raw or not. If I don't have the food to eat, I can't be raw. Okay? Like, you cannot be raw without an abundance of delicious, high quality, really, really good tasting fruit around you. There's no way. There's no fucking way. So that's it. That's the video for today. Prioritize getting yourself some really good fruit today. Okay? Don't try to starve yourself, because that weight that you lose starving yourself, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. You always teach your body how to keep the weight off. So if you lost the weight starving, what's going to happen is you're going to have to starve to keep the weight off. And that's where people get an eating disorder, because they became anorexic or bulimic to keep the weight off. And then if they don't continue doing that, then the weight comes back. So they have to keep doing it. It's a horrible, horrible cycle. I've never had an eating disorder, but I did have, I never had anorexia or bulimia, but I did have binge eating disorder, where you just binge on everything and anything you can find in your house. And the raw food diet cured that, because my body needed nutrients. My body was craving nutrients, vitamins, and minerals. And when I started giving my body the carbohydrates and the nutrients and the vitamins that it needed, it no longer craved sweets. I always tell my clients, if you're craving sugar, if you're craving processed sugar or cooked food, you are not eating enough fruit. If you are craving salt, you are not eating enough green leafy vegetables. All right? That's it. That's it, my boo. And then these are going to be my next meals for the next few days, For breakfast tomorrow, I'll probably have watermelon. For lunch, I'll probably have some honeydew. For snack, I'll have jackfruit. And then for dinner, I have a big salad. It's very simple, but you got to prepare. You got to prioritize, prepare. Okay? A lot of y'all are just not preparing, especially when you go on a trip. Okay? Especially when you go to somebody's house or you go to a party. Yeah, it might be easy to eat raw when everything is normal and you're just doing your normal routine. But what happens when the house is on fire, or there's a giant flood, or somebody dies? Then what do? That shows me who you really are. Anybody can be raw in their everyday life if they really, really, really want to. But when there's an emergency, when somebody's in the hospital, now I'll know if you're a real raw vegan, if you're really committed to the lifestyle, by what you do when there's an emergency. What is that expression? Like, a man's character can only be judged by how he acts in times of crisis. A raw vegan's character can only be judged by how they react in times of crisis. All right? So, let's go, baby. Yeah, there's a national state of emergency right now.